Hi, my name is John, Jon. My last name's Drucks, D-R-U-C-K-S. Need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014. It follows Change 2013 and Change 2012, because God knows we need change, and we need change now. It's 12/12/14. And I've been looking at this a long time. Again, change 2012, change 2013, change 2014, and I'm guessing it's going to be change 2015. Because nothing changes without the truth, and we're living proof. But I believe the days of us living under the rule of secrets and lies are numbered. The writing's on the wall. The writing's in the Bible. I believe we're living on a script. End time stories in the Bible. Royal made script. And again, I don't think we're going to be living much longer if we continue down the path we are. I think it's a dead end. And the CIA torture report was just released, and it confirms what I've been saying and writing for a while. I believe we're living out the Royal Nazi playbook. I think we have a case of paybacks are a bitch. I think we're being paid back for declaring our independence in 1776 and for defeating the Nazis in World War II, because I think they really won. And you need to take a look at the relationship between the Nazis and the Royals. And it's just not the royal family. I think they're just the secret societies, the royal elite secret societies of the New World Order. And I think that's what this is all about. I think we're living out a royal made script to deliver on the promise of a New World Order by Skulls and Bones Secret Society member, Royal George H.W. Bush, who I refer to as Bush 41. Hitler promised a New World Order, and it goes with Skulls and Bones, Royal Bush 41 being the son of Skulls and Bones Prescott Bush, whose banks were shut down for funding the Nazis in World War II. We allowed the son and the grandson of the banker of the Nazis to become our president. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. And just funding the Nazis wasn't all the history of Skulls and Bones Prescott Bush. He was part of a coup during the Great Depression, pushing the Nazi agenda. Again, there's a long history of this. And we allowed his son and grandson to become the president. And the New World Order and the Great Depression, economic collapse, they go hand in hand. One of their hands feeds their other hand as the people starve, as the people get tortured, as the people get killed. Holocaust, genocide. That's what we're dealing with here. And that's why this release of this torture report's huge. We need to hold the war criminals responsible, because I think it goes more than that. I think the people behind the torture are behind 9/11 and the wars that gave them the opportunity to torture. Again, right out of the Nazi playbook, the royal Nazi playbook. Because there's a long history of the royals and the Nazis, and you just need to look to the Queen, the husband of the Queen, for that one. And it even says that they may have taken the identity of the real royal family. And again, it's all these secret societies of the New World Order is what I think. Brotherhoods. Skulls and Bones Secret Society is known as the Brotherhood of Death. Our near future? And we need to stand up now, people, starting with this torture report. Bring them to justice. Get the truth on 9/11. Get the truth on the wars. Because one thing leads to another. And I believe they all lead to the death of all of us. I believe we will die if we continue to live the 9/11 lie. Again, after 2 years I've devoted my entire life to this. My conclusion is, I believe we will die if we continue to live the 9/11 lie. 9/11 is used as the basis for all this, I call it royal BS. Which brings me to our current president. Royal BS. Barry Soetoro, Barry Sabarka, Barack Obama. If anyone believes all the Goliath problems this so-called nation faces arrive with our so-called president, what's his name, born in who knows where, they don't even know what the evil, royal, neo-Nazi, Messianic satanic ritual problem is. Sorry. Again, let me repeat that. Anyone that believes all the Goliath problems this so-called nation faces arrive with our so-called president, what's his name, born in who knows where, they don't even know what the evil, royal, neo-Nazi, Messianic, satanic problem is. Which brings me to ritual. I not only believe 9/11 was an inside job, I believe it was made into a evil, royal, neo-Nazi, Messianic, satanic ritual. And you just need to look at some of the stuff I have on my Facebook page. Again, 9/11 was predicted in movie scripts, TV shows. The Lone Gunman, a Fox spin-off of the X-Files. The Lone Gunman's the official lie of the assassination of JFK. And I've seen another one, JFK Jr. There was a movie that basically talks about him, made 10 years before he died in a mysterious plane crash, called Ground Zero. This is a plan, people. And I think it started out with JFK. I believe America's living out the JFK story. Since we didn't stand up for the truth on JFK, we received 9/11 decades later. And what's next? A nuclear bomb? Is abomination being led into the abomination of desolation? That's the question. Again, I believe we're living out a royal-made script. That's a clone to end-time stories in the Bible. And the question is what's his name born in who knows where? A clone. Nazi scientists were let into our government during the Cold War. They were into human cloning. And the timeline fits. I still think we should give our president, whoever he is, our so-called president and commander-in-chief of that massive military-industrial complex that was built on a credit card, one chance and one chance only to obey his oath, to tell us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God. Because I do think we're living out end times. And I don't think it's God, though. I think it's royal-made script. But I believe God's saying, you know what, if you people are stupid enough to let it be played out, you'll get what you deserve. You're not standing up for the truth. It's the Word of God. There's some things going on right now. Again, the torture report. There's also a House bill, I think it's called H.R. 428, that's calling for the declassification of 28 pages of the 9/11 Commission report. We need to stand behind those true representatives. They're standing up for the victims' families of 9/11. And supposedly what those 28 pages show is Saudi Arabia financing 9/11. And it's just not Saudi Arabia, though. I think it's our secret CIA, who the torture report's about. Again, I believe the people behind the torture are behind 9/11 and the wars. And they got the royals in Saudi Arabia, who just so happen to be business partners of the royal Bush family. And Osama bin Laden was the Skulls and Bones secret CIA trained operative. And the question is Osama and Obama the same thing? Again, I'm looking to our president right now. There is no easier path to the truth. Allow those 28 pages to be declassified, and let's start that investigation, along with following up on this torture report. And 935 proven lies were used to create the Iraq War. Add 9/11, it makes 936 in my book. Everything's based on 9/11. And our rights have been stripped because of 9/11. Again, you listen to any one of these people talking about the torture, talking about the wars, and they'll bring up 9/11. It's the basis of everything. Because again, we allowed the son and the grandson of the banker of the Nazis to become president. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Just like everything is being based on 9/11. And I believe the mountain of evidence that 9/11 was an inside job is as high as those forgotten Twin Towers once stood. The election after 9/11 was Skulls and Bones, Royal Bush 43W versus Skulls and Bones, Secretary of State John Kerry. We got Skulls and Bones royalty either way. No outsiders allowed to uncover inside job? Maybe. We now have a Skulls and Bones, Secret Society, Royal, Secretary of State, negotiating nuclear world war on our behalf. Again, nuclear world war against the great enemy from the north as we stand by the side of Israel until the day we die. All based on secrets and lies. And that story and the New World Order comes straight out of end-time stories in the Bible. And you need to look at some of the recent posts I had. I've written about it before, but it's more. Again, just like 9/11 is not just an inside job. I believe it was made into a evil, royal, neo-Nazi, Messianic, satanic ritual. And you need to look at, I guess, Skulls and Bones, George H.W. Bush. His nickname in Skulls and Bones fraternity of brothers of death was Gog. And I guess maybe W's Magog. It's all royal BS in my book, but you need to look at this. These wars are coming straight out of the Bible. And then supposedly W had a conversation with the leader of France, talking about Bible prophecies and wars, the end-time wars. You need to look at it. Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, New World Order, News Channel MSNBC. She did a story called Holy Moly. Look at that one. W's all campaigning for Jews for Jesus, who are trying to convert enough Jews to Christianity to bring the second coming of Jesus. This coming from the grandson of the banker of the Nazis, who's tied in with the royal family, and I'm guessing it's really the Royal Church of England. I believe we're under the rule of the very evil royal family, again, secret societies, evil royal war pig bankers, and evil royal preachers we declared our independence from, because that's what really makes us sick and twisted. We got people holding holy books. We're fighting wars in the name of God. All based on 9/11. And that's the ultimate insult to my God. He says, thou shalt not kill. What does your God say? If your God is telling you to kill people in His name, you need to take a serious look at who your God is. Because someone's God might be telling them to kill you. Think about that one for a minute. It's the ultimate insult to my God. Again, He says, thou shalt not kill. And I believe our evil royal rulers and evil royal war pig bankers and our evil royal preachers, they make a living off of killing people. They make a killing. There is no more profitable business than war. So profitable, they fund it on both sides. And this has been going on since day one, basically. since the invention of the root of all evil. So I believe the people behind the root of all evil are funny money, are behind 9/11 wars and the New World Order. Behind the assassination of JFK. JFK started printing his own money. Abraham Lincoln also took on the central banking system too. Honest Abe and JFK. JFK is known as the last president to tell the truth. Shows you what honesty and the truth gets you. Even being the president and a nation being ruled under secrets and lies. Which brings me back to what's his name, born in who knows where. The people need to give him a choice. And the question is, why does he continue to protect his enemies? Does he have something to hide, like his true identity and his true birthplace? While our royal rulers and so-called leaders can keep secrets and tell us lies, God knows all. And I believe God's seen and heard enough. And can you blame him? Because again, everything I've just been talking about, take a look. Take a look at my Facebook page. I'm not the only one saying this. That's the truth. The truth and the people seeking and speaking it are the enemy of this so-called one nation under God, being ruled under secrets and lies. Again, when the truth is the word of God. The truth has been turned into the conspiracy theory. And based on that theory, God's going to become the next enemy. In his word, the next conspiracy theory. And I believe that's called the Luciferian conspiracy, based on Marxist Hegelian logic. Everything we are told is the opposite of our evil royal rulers and so-called leaders' intentions, and it's why nothing makes sense. It's all nonsense in my book. It's all secrets and lies. A royal-made script made up of secrets and lies. I believe the message of the Spirit of truth, John 16:13, is the truth of the end. It's followed with, the truth will set us free, John 8:32. Free at last, the words of MLK. His dream of a black man in the White House is our nightmare. Again, we need to have our first black president tell us the truth. Tell us the word of God. Free and independent. The last words of JFK's Secret Society speech. I believe everything that JFK warned us about over 50 years ago is ruling our so-called nation today. I believe the same could be said of his separation of church and state speech. I believe the same could be said of Eisenhower's military-industrial complex. JFK's Secret Society speech and Ike's military-industrial complex speech were in 1961, the year of my birth. I believe there's more to that story than meets the eye. Again, I believe I've received a message from above. And it goes with my mother receiving a message after the assassination of JFK. She was told our government was involved. And I believe her message is correct. Find the truth on 9/11, and I believe we will have found the truth on the assassination of JFK. Same royal plot, different day. My mother named her only son after JFK 2 years prior to the assassination. My father wanted my name spelled John, Jon. I witnessed my father go to heaven when I was 12 years old. We made it from Wisconsin to St. Petersburg, Florida, 45 minutes before he passed away. And I got there in time to witness him close his eyes for the last time and say, "It's beautiful." And I believe I witnessed that for a reason. So I believe in heaven and not be afraid to deliver a message that I would receive almost 40 years later and almost 50 years after my mother receiving her message. Again, there's more to the story than meets the eye, and everyone needs to take a look. My mother's family has been traced back to Joan of Arc. 600 years ago, she received a message from above saying the royal family of England's secret societies were taking over France. I believe the same could be said of us today. Same royal plot 600 years later. And everyone needs to take a look at a video I have that I made in Venice Beach almost a year ago now, on 1/2/14, and I was videoing the sunset. Listen to Jesus is just all right. And Joan of Arc's face appeared in the Venice Beach sunset. And it looks like my mother. That's why, I don't know. This is true. My birthday, again, named after JFK, and I guess it's my mother and JFK come from Irish Catholic families. I'm guessing we're really named after John, the author of the verse. Again, John 16. The Spirit of Truth. I was born on the 16th day of the 8th month, which is half of 16 of the year 61, which is 16 backwards. I believe, if I look at my name, my birth date, and my message, I believe John 16 represents the truth. And 13 represents chapter 13 of the book of Revelation that I believe we're living out. Also written by another John. People need to take a serious look at what's going on here. And no one wants to listen to my videos. No one wants to like anything I write. But I still believe as long as there's only one person, and whether he's a person or not, one creator above, I can only hope and pray that he knows what I'm doing. Because, again, I believe the royal-made script that's a dead ringer to end-time stories in the Bible has us living out the end of the Christian calendar based on the beginning. I believe we're under the rule of the people that nailed Jesus to the cross. The money changers. Think about it. Because again, I think the people behind our funny money are behind 9/11, the wars, and the New World Order. We're behind the assassination of JFK. We're behind the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Think about it, people. And there's more to it. Now with all the riots over race, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. JFK started the civil rights movement. You need to look at this, people, because this is all to divide us. It's all royal-made. All royal-made BS. All based on the secrets and lies of 9/11. All based on the secrets and lies of the assassination of JFK. Stand for the truth. It's now or never. Do or die time. Sudden death could appear like a thief in the night being ruled under secrets and lies. Silence is consent and can be deadly. Speak now or forever hold our peace as an RIP. The truth of the end, our choice. Life's full of choices. But I believe God makes the final choices for us. And I believe God's final choice for us is the truth of the end. The truth is the answer. It's the Word of God. You don't have to even believe in God to think that we should be living under the truth. Because I'm going to say Merry Christmas. And that might offend some people. Tough. I really don't care at this point. Again, I believe we're living out a royal-made script of the end times. What does it matter? Nothing else matters. Our ruling, evil, royal, neo-Nazi, Messianic, satanic, war pig, banker, hypocrites even have to have a war on Christmas, for God's sake. Think about that. Again, the truth of the end, our choice. My name's John, Jon. My last name's Drucks, Drucks. You need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014. It follows Change 2013 and Change 2012, because God knows we need change, and we need change now. Peace.